Imagine waking up every morning, feeling like a fake, like you're just pretending to be someone you're not. Welcome to the world of imposter syndrome. It's a feeling that's incredibly common, yet incredibly debilitating. People from all walks of life experience it, from rock stars to software engineers, and it's not just limited to women. Men are just as likely to suffer from this crippling sense of self-doubt. Imposter syndrome is a psychological phenomenon where high achievers doubt their abilities and feel like they're just winging it. They're convinced that everyone around them is more competent, more talented, and more deserving of success. It's as if they're trapped in a never-ending cycle of self-doubt, constantly wondering when they'll be exposed as the fake they think they are. But here's the thing. Imposter syndrome isn't just about feeling inadequate. It's about believing you're a total imposter, like you're just waiting to be caught and exposed. Imagine being at work, feeling like you're on the verge of being discovered as a total fake, and then suddenly being confronted with a situation that requires you to be an expert. Suddenly, you're faced with the daunting realization that you don't have a clue what you're doing. It's a feeling that's been described as terrifying, paralyzing, and utterly devastating. But here's the worst part. Imposter syndrome affects 70% of people. Yes, you heard that right. 7 out of 10 people experience it at some point in their lives. It's not just limited to entrepreneurs or engineers. It's a universal experience that cuts across all professions and demographics. So, how do you get from feeling like a fake to becoming a confident, authentic leader? The answer lies in understanding the masks we wear. You see, imposter syndrome is often a manifestation of our deep-seated fears and insecurities. We put on masks to hide our true selves, and these masks can be incredibly convincing. We become experts at pretending to be someone we are not, and before we know it, we are trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and fear. But here's the good news. You're not alone. Millions of people around the world are struggling with imposter syndrome, and there's hope. By recognizing the masks we wear and the fears that drive them, we can begin to peel back the layers and reveal our true selves. It's a journey that requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to take risks. One woman I spoke with described her experience as a rollercoaster ride of self-doubt and fear. She was a successful executive, but every time she walked into a meeting, she felt like an imposter. She was convinced that everyone else was more qualified, more talented, and more deserving of success. But then one day, she hit rock bottom. She realized that she was so focused on the masks she wore that she'd forgotten who she truly was. It was a turning point for her. She began to peel back the layers, to reveal her true self, and to confront her fears head-on. She started to see that her masks were just that, masks. They were hiding her true potential, her strengths, and her passions. And once she shed those masks, she discovered a newfound sense of confidence and purpose. It's a journey that requires patience, self-awareness, and a willingness to take risks. But the rewards are immeasurable. By embracing our true selves, we can break free from the cycle of imposter syndrome and become the authentic leaders we were meant to be. We can learn to love ourselves, flaws and all, and to see our true potential. So, how do you start this journey? The first step is to recognize the masks you wear. What are the fears and insecurities that drive you to hide behind these masks? Once you've identified them, you can begin to peel back the layers and reveal your true self. It's a process that takes time, patience, and courage, but it's worth it. Imagine waking up every morning, feeling like the real you, like the person you were meant to be. It's a feeling that's hard to put into words, but it's a feeling of liberation, of freedom, and of pure joy. It's a feeling that's worth fighting for, and it's a feeling that's within your reach. The journey to overcoming imposter syndrome is not an easy one, but it's a journey that's worth taking. It's a journey that requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to take risks, but the rewards are immeasurable. By embracing our true selves, we can break free from the cycle of imposter syndrome and become the authentic leaders we were meant to be. Here's the story script content for the specified section. What drives this feeling of inadequacy? Is it fear of failure, perfectionism, or something deeper? Research suggests that imposter syndrome often stems from childhood experiences. Growing up, we may be exposed to high expectations from our parents or caregivers. They might push us to excel academically or athletically, leaving us feeling like we are never good enough, no matter how hard we try. For Emily, a successful business owner, this was the case. Her parents were both high-achieving professionals who expected nothing but the best from their children. Emily felt pressure to succeed, not just for herself, but for her family's reputation. As a result, She developed a deep-seated fear of failure that still haunts her to this day. But it's not just our upbringing that contributes to imposter syndrome. Societal pressures, like social media, can also play a significant role. Platforms like Instagram and Facebook showcase people's highlight reels, making it easy to compare our lives to others. We see their success, their happiness, and their seemingly perfect relationships, and we can't help but feel like we are falling short. Take Sarah, a software engineer, for example. She's always been fascinated by coding and has spent countless hours honing her skills. However, every time she posts about her projects on social media, she receives comments like, "Wow, you're so talented," or "You're a genius." These comments make her feel like an imposter, like she's somehow faking it. In reality, she's just worked hard and is proud of her accomplishments. Our brain's fear response can also contribute to imposter syndrome. We have a natural tendency to catastrophize, assuming the worst-case scenario. This can lead to anxiety, self-doubt, and a sense of inadequacy. For instance, imagine you're preparing for a big presentation at work. As you're rehearsing your speech, you start to worry about forgetting your lines or stumbling over your words. Before you know it, your mind is racing with worst-case scenarios, making you feel like an imposter who's not capable of delivering a successful presentation. But what if we told you there's a way to break free from these patterns and build a mindset of confidence and self-worth? In the next section, we'll explore how to challenge these negative thought patterns and cultivate a more positive, empowered mindset. It's time to shatter the illusion of inadequacy and unleash your true potential. Here's the secret to overcoming imposter syndrome for good. Mindset is everything. It's the lens through which we see ourselves and the world. By shifting our mindset, we can change our reality. Imagine living a life where you're not held back by the fear of being found out as a fake. A life where you're confident in your abilities and trust yourself to make decisions. This is the life of someone who's overcome imposter syndrome and has developed a growth mindset. And the good news is that anyone can do it. Self-compassion, self-awareness, and self-regulation are the three key components to building a growth mindset and overcoming imposter syndrome. Self-compassion means being kind to yourself, acknowledging that it's okay to make mistakes, and treating yourself with the same kindness that you would offer to a friend. Self-awareness involves understanding your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and being able to recognize when you're getting caught up in negative patterns. And self-regulation is about being able to manage your emotions and reactions, rather than letting them control you. By practicing mindfulness, self-care, and reframing negative thoughts, you can rewire your brain to believe in yourself and your abilities. Mindfulness helps you stay present and focused, rather than getting caught up in worries about the past or future. Self-care involves taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental needs, so that you have the energy and resilience to tackle challenges. And reframing negative thoughts means challenging the negative self-talk that can hold you back and replacing it with more positive, empowering messages. The key is to make these practices a habit, so that they become second nature. Start by setting aside time each day to practice mindfulness, self-care, and reframing negative thoughts. And be patient with yourself, remembering that developing a growth mindset takes time and effort. With consistency and determination, you can break free from the mask of imposter syndrome and unleash your authentic leadership potential.